Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in Northern Maine. Welcome to my cabin this morning. As you can tell, the black flies are horrendous this morning. It is springtime in Maine, and I am a mile back in the woods, so every time I go for a little walk, I stir up the black flies. But today's video, I want to talk about kids and the woods, or kids and being in the woods, and a couple of safety items that I think all kids, and I'm going to say a kid is from anything from 18 and down, but I really want to focus on 10 years and down today. And the reason I'm going to focus on 10 years down today is because I have a 10-year-old grandson, I have a 6-year-old grandson, and I have a 2-year-old grandson. Well, last week I put together a hiking bag for all 3 grandsons. And in that hiking bag, I wanted it to be really fun for them, but it was really to also put some good safety equipment in there, because little by little, I'm starting to work with them, and I don't want them to just be on my coattails or on a family member's coattails. I want them to actually, as they grow, to be comfortable. I received a comment a week ago from a person that had no idea how to read a compass. And sadly, that is not a story that I don't hear a few times. I hear it a lot. Most of the people, I believe, that are in the woods probably don't know how to read a compass, which I don't understand, because there's always been a compass around my neck since the first time I went deer hunting. But anyways, that's beside the point. I want to talk about kids, and let's talk about your kids and your grandkids. Some of the things I put in that bag, I did the fun stuff. Like we put in a nice mess kit for them. We put in a nice canteen for them. So that those are kind of the fun things. I gave them a really good compass, high quality compass. And on the compass was a whistle, just like they see Papa has a whistle. This whistle is going to be important in this video. So stick around, because I want to talk about that whistle and kids. Basically, because kids will wander off, and it's amazing how far kids can get in a very short period of time. Kids can get 2 miles from camp without even trying. They have no idea which way to go, so they can just beeline it. And a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old can beeline it just as fast as a 8-year-old. So you know that as well as I do when it comes to raising kids. So one of the things and the other thing was in the bag, we gave them some survey tape. I gave them a nice pair of binoculars. And they're not kids' binoculars. They are a nice woodsman binoculars, so we can go with them and they can look at birds or woodpeckers. This piece of property that I'm on right now is full of woodpeckers. Usually, I don't hear them tapping right now. But normally, I've nothing to come here and listen, because I'm in wetlands, so there's dead trees everywhere, and the woodpeckers are just making a lot of racket. So let's see, the mess kit, binoculars, tape, a compass, and a good quality knapsack. Now, one of the things I want to talk about with kids is what we've trained our grandsons to do is, if they get lost or if they get separated from the group, which can happen real easy, and we've been, the oldest one is 10. I have been he probably learned this when he was 5 years old, because that's when we started teaching him. The other one is 6, so he's coming right along now. But one of the got a bug. Got a little bit of protein there. I like it when the breeze blows, because it gets rid of the black flies. But anyways, the main thing that we taught him, if he becomes separated from the group, is told him to pick a tree. Any tree. we just said pick a tree. Pick a tree and put your hand on it. And that's where the whistle comes in. And once you've got your hand on that tree, we've told him to blow his whistle. I'm still hacking over that black fly. I don't mind a little extra protein, but I at least want it to go down when I'm trying to talk. All right. If he's got his hand on the tree, now he can't wander around. If he's not wandering around, he's not getting any further. The whistle, you can only holler so long with a whistle, with your voice, before you lose your voice. So this is good for adults as well as it is for kids too. What you do is you blow your whistle 3 times. 3 times means I need help. And then wait a second. 3 times means I need help, and then wait. And then blow it again. By my grandson having his hand on a tree, he's not moving off, he's just staying put. And hopefully we'll be able to, and if we whistle back, then he knows we're coming in his direction, but mainly sit still. Moving on to the survey tape. Orange is very easy to see in the woods. What we've told him is take that orange tape and go in a circle around you. Right where that tree is. Start tying it to everything you can tie it to. I'm still hacking on that dang black fly. This orange tape, if they make it like in a 6-foot circle where they're standing, you're going to have a better chance on spotting them if this thing has gone into longer than a 20-minute search for the kids. You know, if you give him half a day, he can be a long ways from that tree. So you want your kids to sit still. So if you haven't taught them yet to put their hand on a tree or a rock, anything big that makes them feel safe and secure, please do that, because to me, it's one of the simplest things that you can teach them. Sometimes up here there is no cell phone coverage, so you might have to search for a child quite a long time before you even get help. So at least have the child helping at the same time. And the same thing with adults. Sit still, adults. Put your hand on a tree, stay put. I know every video out there on YouTube says build a shelter, build a shelter, build a shelter. Well, I'm not a shelter builder. I don't plan on living there. You've only got to survive 72 hours in the state of Maine. And usually the Game Warden Service can find you within 72 hours. So you've got to survive 72 hours. If you spend all your time building a log cabin shelter, which you see on YouTube, you're going to expend a lot of energy. You're going to sweat. Dehydration is going to become an issue, because if you're out there lost, you probably don't have much with you. So sit still. If you're an adult, then get a fire belt. These kids are too young to be lugging around fire stuff at this point, but I will be bringing them up in all of the fire stuff that I like, as well as the stuff that's real easy for them to find in the state of Maine, which is this birch bark right here. It's real easy to teach a kid in the state of Maine about birch bark. And it's also really easy for them to get a fire belt with birch bark once they get to the age that they can handle fire and stuff like that. So that's my thought anyways on the kids, as well as, you know, always have them dressed well. You know, just because you're going out for a 20-minute hike doesn't mean you should leave all your common sense back at the car. You can get lost in less than 20 minutes. So I always go in the woods with a hat. I always go in the woods with a knapsack with a few odds and ends in it. And that's why we put this knapsack together for my grandsons, so that they can put a few odds and ends in their pack, and they're responsible for their own gear. It teaches them responsibility, and it also teaches them to have their backpack with them with this safety equipment in it. They're proud as a peacock of the bag that looks just like Papa's. So, and yours would probably be too. As well as in that bag, they can put their lunches, they can put an extra shirt, stuff like that. Never go in the woods without some kind of clothing that can protect you. One, from these black flies that I'm dealing with right now, as well as just the elements itself. They could also have some rain gear in there, stuff like that. Rain gear, you can get that big enough that that can become your shelter fairly easy. Just stay out of the dollar store. I don't buy my safety equipment at the dollar store. I don't recommend it. I think it is ludicrous when people do recommend that. Buy yourself some good quality rain gear and make sure that it fits inside of your knapsack. A big old poncho is what I carried for many years on canoe trips, because the poncho protected me in the canoe, as well as I was able to build a shelter out of it fairly quick and fairly easy. So that's going to wrap this video up on your kids. I really wanted to put that out there about touching a tree and blowing the whistle. So I will see you in the next one.